5:30, so we'll call to order this meeting for Monday, June 17th. Jordan, would you start us off with a roll call, please?
Please respond by stating present. Councilmember Ronayne. Faubourg.
Present.
Liebelt.
Present.
Reif.
Present.
Johnson.
Present.
Reinbold.
Present.
Langer.
Present.
Norvstrup.
Present.
Mayor Shoneman.
Present. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. First order of business will be to approve this week's printed agenda. Not aware of any changes, so I take a motion to approve as is.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion Reinbold, second Reif. Anything? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we've got the approval of the minutes 2 weeks ago, June 3rd's meeting here in the City Council chambers. Once again, I'm not aware of any changes, but we'll address that potentially. I take a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion Liebelt, second Johnson. Any changes or any notes to be made about those meeting minutes? All right, then all in favor, please say aye.
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 No one has signed up for our open forum, so we'll move along to our consent calendar where we've got 7 items of routine city business, including 2 new taxi driver licenses, 3 new home daycare licenses, new residential building contractor license, a new advertising sign hanging license, transportation network company license renewal, and various lottery notices, and then quite a lot of retail on-off sale malt beverage and South Farm wine licenses that are up for renewal as well. I take a motion to approve our consent calendar.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion Reinbold, second Liebelt. Anything on any of these from the council? All right, then all in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we've got new business, as we've got no old business holding over from previous meetings. The first one is the possible reappointment of Missy Hill to the Keoli Library Board of Trustees, which is a 3-year term. It begins next month, July 24th, and it ends in June of 2027. Robin, have you got something about this?
She's been on the board before, and we recommend approval of her reappointment. She's done a fine job for us.
Move to approve. Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Reif and a second from Councilman Reinbold. Anything from the council on Missy Hill's appointment? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we've got a possible reappointment of Carl Perry to the Aberdeen Airport Board. That's a third 5-year term, which would end in 2029.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
We've got a motion from Councilman Liebelt and a second from Councilman Johnson. Anyone with anything to pipe up on with Carl Perry's appointment?
10 years in, he's doing a superb job. He's chairman of the board currently, and this is a good thing.
He definitely goes to all those meetings. I hear from him afterwards from time and again, so appreciate your pitching in and your participation on that one as well, Alan. All right then, all in favor for Carl's 3rd term, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we've got a possible approval of the following invoices for Helms and Associates for a variety of different airport projects. We've got one titled Invoice 4, it's $2,202.50. We've got one titled 15 for $3,729.58. And we've got one titled Invoice 5 for $4,345.28. And Transportation Director Rich Brookle is here to walk us through the specifics of those 3 expenses. Thanks and welcome, Rick. Rich?
Thank you. So the line item number 1 is AIP 52, and that's for GA Apron Phase 2 design. Design's complete. Everything's been approved by the FAA, and we're just waiting to get some money so we can go out and bid that project. We've been told that we should probably be anticipating funding sometime in July. So that is a 90% federal, 5% state, and 5% local funded project. Line item number 2 is for AIP 49, and that is in the amount of $3,729.58. And that covers construction, administration, and resident engineering services. That's also 90% federal, 5% state, and 5% local. And line item number 3 is AIP 51. That's friction measuring equipment, and that is Helms invoice number 4 for $2,202.50, and that is for assistance in putting together the paperwork and the package to acquire the friction measuring equipment, and that as well is 90% federal, 5% state, and 5% local.
So Rich, real quick, the first one that you had made mention of, what was the total dollar amount on?
$4,345.28.
Okay. So we are accounting for all the same things. There was just a little bit different order in our packet. So we've got friction measuring equipment, we've got design work on rehabilitation, lighting improvements, and then design work on the apron project.
Correct.
Okay?
My stuff was out of order, that's on me. Sorry
No
about
worries,
that.
just making sure that we're approving the right payments to the right people and for the right projects and amounts. Does someone on the council care to make a motion to make these payments?
I'll move to approve all of them in any order, all 3 invoices.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Johnson and a second from Councilman Reinbold. Now, does anyone from the council have any questions of our transportation director while he's up there? All right then. Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote?
Councilmember Foberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Reif,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Norvstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Thanks for joining us, Rich. Appreciate it, as always. Next, we've got our public hearing and possible approval of a special one-day retail on-sale liquor license for the Aberdeen store, which does business as Market on the Plaza, for the summer concert series, which will be featuring on the following dates: June 20th, July 25th, August 22nd, 3rd, and 4th at the Malchow Plaza. No one is here to speak on behalf or against this request, so I would take a motion from the council.
Move to approve.
Got a motion from Councilman Reif and a second from Councilman Norvstrup. No Ronayne here tonight. Usually is happy to make the first motion on those type of items. Does anyone from the council have anything to speak up on before we take our vote? All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we've got a possible approval of a resolution, which is titled 240603R, and that corrects a legal description of a vacated right-of-way, formerly Resolution 231101R, and it's the property right by the overpass. It looks like in some state of being sold as we speak.
That is correct.
Ken, what have we got?
On December 18th, 2023, the Aberdeen City Council approved Resolution 231101R vacating a 7-foot by 112.5-foot unused alley right-of-way. A subsequent replat of the adjacent property was filed with the Register of Deeds before the vacation had been recorded. This resolution will correct the oversight and allow for the recording of the previously approved vacation of right-of-way. Staff recommends approval of this resolution.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion Reinbold, second Norvstrup, and just to be clear, in the little diagram that was provided from the satellite imagery, it's only the north and south area that extends from the north halfway to the south, and it's got hash marks.
That's correct.
It's never been used as an alleyway, it was just,
No.
could have been at some.
Yep.
All right, anyone have any questions? And we can do a voice vote on the resolution. Okay, we'll do a roll call vote on that one. Jordan, would you give it to us, please?
Councilmember Norvstrup,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reif,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Foberg,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next, we've got a possible approval of a resolution 240602R, which declares firearms as surplus property. Ron?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council members, this is a routine type of resolution. Our evidence custodian at the police department goes through and obtains approvals for release, declaration of these firearms, and then surplus those. So what you see on the resolution are all of the firearms that have identified. I'm not gonna say in the last year, but in the last several months as unclaimed and needing to be surplused and disposed of by the police department. Those are then traded off, and we obtain credit for the department at one of the local sporting goods stores. So administration would recommend approval of the resolution.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion Johnson, second Reif. Ron, it looks like a big list. Is this in line with what we typically see for surplus firearms?
It does seem a little bit more than we typically do. I think we'll typically do in the neighborhood of about 10. This looks closer to 20, 25. And by the way, there is a typo. It's Ivor Johnson's is not a person. It's the name of a revolver, so at the bottom of the first page.
And that Taurus 40 gal is actually a 40 cal, I believe, right?
We actually had a couple typos in here. We took this off from our property custodian who's got apparently large fingers.
I was hoping for a joke time. Thanks, Ron. If there's no further questions, we have a second motion?
Yes.
Oh, we did. So Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote then, please?
Councilmember Norvstrup,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reif,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Foberg,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next is our possible approval of a property tax and special assessment abatement for property within city limits. Jordan, you're queued up to explain this one to us.
Thank you, Mayor. The Brown County Auditor notified the City Finance Office of an abatement request for property that was previously sold at a tax deed sale that occurred back in January. Through some way, this property was not included within the request. Parcel 1623 is what we're talking about today, but it was combined with what was described as parcel 1622. I believe that they're next door to each other. The city abated them. The city share of the abatement is approximately $4,374, and staff recommends approval.
So moved.
Second.
Motion Liebelt, second Johnson. And so this property has already been sold?
That's correct.
And was the money recollected out of the sale price?
This property was sold as, to my understanding, part of the memorandum of understanding for abatement of property tax nuisance abatement
For demolition purposes.
for demolition purposes, and this property was sold to Happy. I think the sale price was $11,000, and that did not satisfy the outstanding tax obligation.
All right, thanks. Appreciate that, and I'll be happy to see some new housing going up. I went and checked some of those around town, and it looked like they were doing a pretty good job backfilling in dilapidated homes with good new ones. So Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote then on this one, please?
Councilmember Foberg, Liebelt,
Aye.
Reif,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Norvstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next, we've got our possible approval of a pay request for the following projects to CWF Masonry here in Aberdeen. The first is for our street maintenance concrete repair, $94,447.49. The second is the accessible sidewalk quadrants. The first pay request on that project, and it's for $98,455.73. Stu Nelson, what can you tell us about those pay requests?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the first project is the concrete curb and gutter repair work that we do typically in conjunction with street patching to get ready for our chip sealing, which will be coming up here in July. And that is not quite half of the work that'll be done on that project. The second one is, I think, pretty well self-explanatory. It's the project we do every year to do sidewalk quadrants or the ramps on the corners to make them accessible. And that project is also proceeding very nicely.
Move to approve both pay requests.
Second.
Motion Johnson, second Reinbold. It looks like the work has been coming along pretty well. I've seen quite a lot of curb work being done up in that northeast side of town.
Exactly, yep. We're making good progress.
And the quality work is good.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. We've got a motion. We've got our second. Jordan, would you give us a roll call?
Councilmember Norvstrup,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reif,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Foberg,
Aye.
Mayor Shonman.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we've got a possible approval of a pay request titled number 3, $49,187.14, as well as a change order which totals $6,044.12, both to Northern Plains Contracting in Wolverton, Minnesota, for the Waterworks pre-treatment sludge system. Stu, tell us about the payment and the overreach.
So the work that's being done is to improve the pumping system for the pre-treatment sludge that is a byproduct of our treatment process. And it involved installing a couple new pumps and the control systems that go with that. The $6,000 change order was for pipe fittings that were originally were considered to be usable in this project, stuff that was already in place, and turned out not to be the case and needed to be replaced. So they actually did a startup of these pumps last week, and everything is working well, and we recommend payment and change order be approved.
So moved.
Second.
We've got a motion from Councilman Johnson and a second from Councilman Reif. Does anyone have any questions on this project and its costs? All right, Jordan?
Councilmember Foberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Reif,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Norvstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shonneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next, we've got a possible approval of a purchase of a replacement reclaim basin pump from Electric Pump of New Prague, Minnesota, for the water treatment plant, which totals $92,500, as well as authorization for the city manager to sign that purchase agreement. Stu?
So these pumps move the water that is used to clean the sand filters, to move it back to the head of the plant to be run through the treatment process again. And they're kind of an important part of the process. If you can't clean the filter, you can't move the water, you can't clean the filters, and then you can't treat the water. So there are two pumps, but without this one, which is actually, it just completely disintegrated. Without this pump, we don't have any redundancy. So it's kind of an important cog in the wheel of the whole treatment process. So once again, we recommend approval of authorizing this purchase.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Reinbold and a second from Norvstrup. And how does this fit into the budget of the department? This was an unexpected expense, it sounds like.
This is an unexpected expense, yes. So we will probably have to, well, it'll come out of, the revenue side of the equation.
All right, any other questions from the council? Go ahead.
What sort of a
Councilor
lifespan is expected for these pumps?
That's a good question. I would assume, and I don't know, for sure, but I would imagine that these are probably the original equipment that was put in when we did the plant expansion back in 2006 or so. So, 18 years, that's probably a pretty good life.
Johnson. Now, what's the condition of the other pump? You said there was one for each.
Yeah, I think the other one is working fine. I'm not aware, at least during my time as Public Works Director, that there's been any other issues with the other one. So I guess I can't speak to whether that was replaced previous to my tenure here in this position, but,
This bad one was probably manufactured on a Friday and the other one was on Monday.
yeah, exactly.
Somewhat less disintegrated, which is always good
Yeah.
for a pump. All right. Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote then, please?
Councilmember Norvstrup,
Aye.
Langer,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reif,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Fauberg,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next bills for this week, June 17th, payroll for June 2nd through June 15th, as well as the city's share of Social Security, Old Age Survivors Insurance, Retirement, Health, and Life Insurance. I'd take a motion to pay our bills.
Second.
Got a motion from Councilman Norvstrup and a second from Councilman Reinbold. Jordan, would you give us a roll call vote then, please?
Councilmember Fauberg,
Aye.
Liebelt,
Aye.
Reif,
Aye.
Johnson,
Aye.
Reinbold,
Aye.
Langer. Councilmember Langer. Norvstrup,
Aye.
Mayor Shoneman.
Aye, motion carries. Next, we've got our city manager's report with Robin. What have you got for us this evening?
Couple items. We did take bids on the wastewater water reclamation plant here about 2 weeks ago. And the bids did not come out very much in our favor, about 40 million over what we had planned for. So we are reassessing how to approach it, probably splitting it into phases. It sounded like doing it as one large project maybe limited the number of bidders that we were going to have or did have. And there is some discussion about negotiation, but I don't know how you negotiate down 40 million. So that's probably a non-starter. But we, you need to know that that will not be taking place in the timetable that we had hoped, but we will go back to the drawing board and figure out how we move forward with that. We did have a chance to meet with the mall this past week to start discussing possibilities on how they can move forward with some improvements we're just looking for ways to help it become a better property again. They know that things are not as well improved as what we'd like, and so we're trying to move forward with that, try to make things a little better there. We did have some discussions with the school district as well about the possibilities of starting to place more videos on the city school channel. Mr. Schaffhauser will likely help get some of his students together, maybe to do some internship type things, to start producing more videos that will be informative of all the different departments, whether it be police, fire, public works, library. There's a lot of things that the public's looking for, and we'll try to come up with some ideas on how to move that forward as well. And we did do since I last talked to you, I think 8 milestone certificates for employees. One is Jessica Creesh from Rideline, 5 years. Kevin Ham in Public Works, 10 years. Amanda Fisher out in Water Reclamation, 10 years. Tyler Bierman out at Parks Rec and Forestry, 10 years. Ann Weig, PD, 10 years. Eric Paul, PD, 15 years. Joel Eisenweiss, Public Works, 15 years. And Austin Vaughn in our IT department of 25 years. Austin must have been in grade school when he started with this, because, you know, it just doesn't seem possible that he could have been in there that long. Congratulations to all of them. Very proud that they've met those milestones, and look forward to seeing them meet the next 5. So that's all I've got.
Thank you very much, Robin, and thanks to all the city employees that met those milestones. It's a great accomplishment, and we're very pleased that you're part of the team. I will take a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Move to adjourn.
Motion Johnson, second Northrup. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.